Good day, I'm Andrea Chisholm and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, May 7. 2016 still remains the deadline for the implementation of the 381 megawatt energy project as the government moves ahead to achieve lower electricity rates for the country. During his sectoral presentation in Parliament Tuesday, Energy Minister Philip Paulwell said the Cabinet was appointing an enterprise team to oversee its full implementation. Dr. Vincent Lawrence is to head the 6-member team, which will include 2 persons nominated by the private sector.
The enterprise team will report through the Prime Minister, the Cabinet. The enterprise team will be mandated to have the project implemented by 2016.
Energy World International EWI had been granted the license to construct the power plant, but in the wake of the company's delayed payment of a $36.85 million performance security bond, the Inter-American Development Bank has said it is not willing to finance the project. So on Cabinet's instruction, the Energy Minister is to consult with the OUR about revoking EWI's license. But Minister Powell stressed that government remained determined to see the project completed and said some positives had come from the process with EWI.
Because before EWI, I was being bombarded by people who wanted to pursue sole sourcing, and I couldn't get them to budge below 19 cents. I have every confidence now that we will be able to achieve that initial 30% reduction because a benchmark has been set thanks to EWI.
Meanwhile, Minister Philip Paulwell has announced that under a new bauxite policy, there will be no new agreements to export raw bauxite without specific conditions. This has led to the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the government and the China-based firm Xinfa Group earlier this year.
This foreign direct investment amounts to approximately $3 billion United States dollars.
Under the MOU, Xinfa will construct a 2 million ton per annum alumina plant to operate for 25 years and a coal-fired power plant to support the alumina plant. A negotiation team to include a technical specialist in environmental management is tasked with settling the terms of definitive agreements within 6 months.
This means, Mr. Speaker, that on successful completion of the negotiations, we will not only be mining bauxite in that area of St. Anne, as was the case with the Reynolds mine. We will be producing alumina from St. Anne for the first time at last. And this will be the first greenfield alumina facility to be constructed in Jamaica in 42 years.
A precise location is to be determined after further consultation. Less than a week after approving a country partnership strategy for Jamaica, the World Bank has given government a $42 million loan for an integrated community development project. The World Bank signed the loan agreement Tuesday with the Ministry of Finance and the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, which will implement the project. The Integrated Community Development Project will improve access to basic services such as healthcare and waste collection, upgrade basic infrastructure like roads and drainage, and undertake targeted crime and violence interventions in 18 vulnerable inner-city communities. It will build on the success of the Inner City Basic Services Program, which came to an end in December 2013. Under the new program, 80,000 Jamaicans will benefit, with particular focus on at-risk males and unattached children, youth and young adults. Jamaica's tourism industry is getting a brand new attraction that will also deliver an added dimension to the country's maritime and education sectors. On Tuesday, the Port Authority of Jamaica signed a memorandum of understanding with Paradise Express Ferry to implement a high-speed catamaran ferry service on the North Coast. Industry, Investment and Commerce Minister Anthony Hilton has welcomed the investment from New York-based businessman Gary Johnson, who spent his early childhood in Jamaica.
This ferry project, via high-speed catamaran, plans to give visitors a new attraction, a new vantage point from which to view a beautiful island, a unique vacation experience for tourists and Jamaican residents alike.
The MOU allows Paradise Express to get a UDC lease to develop 2 government-owned lots on the Montego Bay waterfront. In line with that, a publicly accessible boardwalk will be constructed. The ferry service is to be initially operated in Ocho Rios, Montego Bay and Negril starting the first quarter of 2015. And finally, the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, is encouraging all farmers to get in line with regulations for them to be registered. RADA's CEO Lenworth Fullerton says this has now become necessary as the agency moves to get all farmers' information into the Agricultural Business Information System.
As a problem arises in this country, and so the system is there, and it will be beneficial to farmers who register. They can tap into them and call them individually, and they will be better able to sign good contracts, fair contracts between themselves and these other individuals, other business people.
RADA's CEO, who was speaking at a recent JIS think tank, said the system had approximately 167,000 registered farmers, of which about 144,000 had been verified. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Thank you for watching.